Okay. So I just had an interesting experience. Right after I finished my last video, my phone rang. It didn't really ring, it beeped, which is probably the problem because I've missed some calls from a former student of mine who's calling me on Messenger, Facebook Messenger. And I keep on not hearing it because it's just not a ringtone that I recognize as a phone call. And it's also not a very loud or noticeable ringtone. I have a loud and noticeable ringtone. That's because, I'm sometimes in loud and noisy places like roads or Tim Hortons. But whenever she called me, oh, yes, a former student, whenever she called me, I did not hear it. And I was sort of dubious and going, why is she calling me? Yes. But she finally got through to me. I was at the front door. So I just sat down, took the call. And we spoke for half an hour. Yeah. This is a student who I have known for a very long time. She was my student at St. Benedict's in the evenings, so twice a week, evening classes that I used to do at St. Benedict's. So that's a long time ago. And yeah, so she is Ukrainian. And she came to Canada with a company that grew mushrooms way back from Scotland, I think. So she originally picked mushrooms in Scotland, and then the company, which also operates out of Canada, moved her to Canada, and she picked mushrooms in Canada for a very long time, which is why she was in English class with me and in the evenings. And Elena, I know so much about her, and yeah. So Elena has been trying to learn English for a very long time, and she's really good at reading and writing English. But she will never, she will never speak English well. And I understand her. My students used to go, what did she say? How do you know what she said? I listened to her, and I listened to, but I speak English and she's trying to speak English. You don't speak English yet, and you're trying to understand Elena. That's why you don't understand her. But anyway, she can speak English. She hangs out with Ukrainian people. She hangs out with Russian people. She hangs out with Polish people, all of whom have trouble with English. And she definitely has trouble with English. And because she hangs out with people who don't speak English, she will continue to have trouble learning English. Anyway, she called. And I really don't know why she wants to talk to me. Maybe, I don't know. She probably likes me because I do understand her English. But that doesn't help. That doesn't help. So we talked for half an hour. She's married. I didn't think that would ever happen, but yeah, of course. She found a Ukrainian and she married him. And of course, he's not in Canada, he's in the United States. So she is in the United States now. And I don't think she likes it. I don't think that's the life she wants. She wants to go back to Ukraine. So basically, that's it. You know? So what does she do now? From what I understand, she either takes care or she cleans. No, she talks to kids. So she takes care of little kids, little Ukrainian speaking kids, Polish speaking kids. I don't know. Or and, I don't know if it's or and, she cleans kennels for dogs, dog kennels. You know, even though I understand her, it's what she, yeah, it's still hard to understand her. Yeah, it's really hard to understand her. So, yeah. So this student who I haven't taught in, 10 years or longer, she's here. She called me. Yeah, I feel so sorry for her and I wish I could help her. I said, no, she needs to go back to school. She's studying from books. I mean, she's not going to learn to speak from books. I said, try and get a job. And she gave me reasons why she couldn't get a job at a place where she would speak with people rather than not speak with children in English or dogs who don't speak English. But she gave me reasons, and I said, try to get a job at Walmart. And she had a reason for not getting a job at Walmart, but I couldn't tell what it was. And I tried to record her voice. But by the time I got around to down here, she misunderstood what I said, and we finished the call. And that was it. So yeah, fun. Interesting. Very different being in front of her, speaking to her. It's very different from talking to her on the phone. Very difficult. Much more difficult for her, much more difficult for me. But anyway, what can you do? She's still struggling. Poor Elena.